Hello and welcome back to another Football Manager experiment on this channel. This, I think, will be the second one today. I've got a little bit of a schedule sort of mapped out, basically. I did just go to record the one that would be before this in the morning, so unfortunately, you'll know what that video is. It's the promoted relegated team, so reenacting that and what the match engine thinks will happen there. But I totally forgot when I was, I'm sure I did do it, but I think the editors maybe didn't save the changes. I changed the managers for the relegated clubs with who they've been replace their managers with, or I think in Swansea's case, I'll have to look because I'm going to redo it. I'm going to check the story, see if they've appointed someone. But when I recorded it and when I simulated it, they hadn't appointed anyone, so I appointed the favourite. But it didn't save it. I got through, and I don't know what's going to happen again because I need to replay it shortly, resim it. But all three promoted teams did get up, but it was obviously with the better managers. So Carvajal at Swansea, they finished second. West Brom finished top with Pardew bizarrely winning the league, and Stoke with Paul Lambert finishing fourth, I think, but winning the playoffs. So yeah, you'll see what happens with that video. So this is part two, going to be later on that day. So this is obviously, you're watching this now in real time, so you'll know exactly what's happening. But in my mind, I'm just sort of planning that's how it's going to happen. So I'm just getting it on record on here. But today we're looking at Frank Lampard as Derby manager. Obviously, I'm recording this on the Saturday, so what is Saturday, the 2nd of June, I think it is. I think he was appointed, the Wednesday maybe, so I've got it maybe the Tuesday, maybe a little bit sooner. But we got it simmed up pretty quickly, just hadn't had a chance to actually record it. Just trying to make sure there's nothing too suspicious on the news here, that I don't think there is. But it's been on there long enough, so you would have picked up on it anyway. But what I've done, I've simmed 3 years into the future, so I've done 3 seasons. So we're going to see, well, obviously he may not be the job for the full 3 seasons, we don't know. What I did, I released the assistant manager from Derby as well. So we're giving him a chance to get some of his own back staff in, which I think the game may allow anyway. No, it probably wouldn't. So I've given him the opportunity anyway to get his own assistant in. Just putting it out there now. I haven't looked, but what are the odds it's going to be Paul Clement? Who we knew from Chelsea. I don't know what he's doing manager-wise in the game. He may already be in a job, so it might not happen anyway, but we'll see. Yeah, so like I say, we followed him 3 years, and I think staff additions, did he mention anyone else who he's brought with him? I don't think he did. I may have changed it. I don't think I also changed the league, so I think Swansea are still in the Premier League on this one, etc., and West Brom's, etc., still up in the Premier League, and I think like Wolves and that are still in the Championship. I think that's what's happened. Derby, let's have a look and see. So we're obviously in 2020 now, we've gone 3 years. So Chris Hughton is actually the manager. So when did Frank Lampard, how long did he last? Here he is. He lasted a good while. He was sacked. So we're looking, he finished the first season and got to November in the second season, so we don't need to go too far in this. This probably isn't going to be the longest episode. It works out quite well, I suppose, with the planning, because the one this morning shouldn't be too long an episode either. So what we'll do, so the first season and the second season, so he's sacked in November. So let's have a look at the Championship. Let's see if he got he may well have got promoted first season. We don't know, do we? And then the sacking could have been the Premier League season. So 17-18, they got in the playoffs, finished 5th. But wasn't too far off the automatic promotion, but Fulham just snatched it. Yeah, so as you can see, we didn't use the updated teams promoted and relegated. So Wolves got through on the playoffs, so it didn't predict that too well. Cardiff, where did they do? 14th. Yeah, it didn't predict them to do too well, did it? So Borough go through top, quite clear. Fulham, Preston Villa, Derby, Wolves in the playoffs. Wolves break through. So if we look to playoffs, Derby they beat Villa first of all, so then obviously lost to Wolves in the playoff final, 3-2 after extra time. See if it'll let me. Not going to let me look at that, unfortunately. It's only played, I know I'm 3 years in the future, that's why. Yeah, so he did quite well first season. Let's see how he did second season. Villa beat Brighton in the playoffs, apparently. Okay. So Derby, 18th, wow. And obviously Chris Hughton's manager now, but they've gone through a few since. Southampton obviously came down along with Brighton. Just trying to spot who the other team are. And Huddersfield. Southampton and Huddersfield bounced straight back up. And Villa win the playoffs. Brighton get in the playoffs, but not enough to get through. Let's see. we might not be able to see the staff changes that Lampard did now, unfortunately, because they will have changed. I don't know if you can look at that historically. We'll have a look at his news. So yeah, we'll go back and have a quick look at transfers. So Derby. So Chris Hughton is currently manager. Let's see who. So Mike Marsh come in as caretaker for 17 days, and they hired Tim Sherwood. He lasted just shy of a year and was sacked. So he pretty much salvaged Derby's season that year. He salvaged them that second season, and then obviously didn't do too great in the second season. Mike Marsh comes in again as caretaker, and then Chris Hughton steps in from December 2019, and he's still there. And I'm not too sure how he's doing. We're not going to look at that too much. We're more here for Frank Lampard. So transfers with transfer history. Go back to the start. So did he bring anyone in? Anyone of note anyway? So Kim Andre Madsen from Strømsgodset. Probably slaughtered that name. Not too bad a player. Decent centre back. 6 foot. I mean, obviously you've got to remember they got to the playoffs that first season as well. So the players probably wouldn't have played too badly. They got Aristidu on a free. Gamma on a free. And they loaned Jan Valeri and Bergwijn from PSV. I think he was at Watford a couple of years ago. Maybe not him. Okay, and on the outs, mostly loans. They did sell Kelle Roos to Go Ahead Eagles in Holland, and that's about it. It's a lot of loans. So the second season, who did he bring in preparation for that? That was after he'd already gone. They're all after his. Yeah, only Curtis Anderson on a free transfer was his only signing that season. A goalkeeper. Again, doesn't look too bad. Former Man City sort of youth player. Not too bad. And the outs, he lost Max Lowe to Fulham, who obviously got promoted. Good left back there. So I wonder if that's because Fulham usually lose Sessegnon. Andy Weimann went to Austria Vienna. That was in January. So they're now all after he's gone pretty much. Aristidu he sold for a profit of 30k-ish. Alex Pearce went to Barnsley. Cambridge, Lewis Walk on a free. And a couple of loans. So not hugely going out there in the transfer market. Let's see if he's managed to pick up another job himself. He's now a coach. No longer a manager. I did change his stats to be a manager. But he's gone back to being a coach. He hasn't had any jobs since that Derby spell. So that's his player profile there, isn't it? Where are we looking at? Okay, here we go. So loan Casey. So he hired Terry Burton as his assistant. I think has since retired. He must have done. And Tony Parks as goalkeeping coach. And where else are we looking at here? We've Mike Marsh as coach, who obviously then took the I think he was coach at Liverpool for a few years. Yeah, he was. And he's been at England, Huddersfield, Derby. He's been caretaker manager a couple of times. Yeah, so he got his pro licence in 2018 and then was sacked not long afterwards. So not the best managerial career. Whether he can pick up a coaching job along the way, I'm not too sure. If we look at his stats, he hasn't got the best attributes there, has he? He's got quite good mental attributes. It's just his actual coaching lets him down a little bit. So he hasn't had the best start to that. Yeah, kind of an abrupt end to this save, unfortunately, isn't it? So Sherwood took charge. I mean, this is all Brighton sacked Karanka. Didn't even know he was there. I mean, it was obviously happened in the game. Martino always seems to come to sort of lower rate clubs, unfortunately. Newcastle sacked Rodgers after paying 10 million for the privilege. I'm just trying to see if there's anything just to pad this video out a little bit, because this has been quite disappointing. It's quite slow video. Gary Monk has gone to Brighton. Villa's sacked Martino. Managerial merry-go-round in full effect here. Prandelli at Newcastle. Bilic has gone to Villa. Everton sack Allardyce. Obviously earlier in the week we've done the Everton video. And we also had Marco Silva in that Everton video as well. He's been sacked by West Ham. Philip Cocu goes to Everton. I see that quite a lot. Newcastle or Everton seems to be a one he goes to. Alex Neil's been sacked. Mark Warburton takes charge. Allardyce goes back to West Ham. Santo's been sacked by Wolves. I'm not sure if they got relegated at this point. Tottenham sack Pochettino. Poor league position. That's probably like 5th or something. The favourites are Ancelotti, Marcelinho at Inter, and Diego Simeone. Stam's stepped down from Reading. Obviously, he was sacked in real life by this point. Jorge Jesus has gone to Tottenham. Mark Hughes has gone to Wolves. Okay. One of the few clubs he didn't play for in his career, it seems like. Reading has hired Cudicini. What was he at Tottenham? He was Bolton manager. I'm pretty sure he's a coach at Tottenham. Sheffield Wednesday hired Brian Dean. Obviously scored the first ever Premier League goal for Sheffield United. McCall goes to Oxford. So just literally padding this video out. Gareca quits Argentina post. I think further down, Sam Paoli had already quit. I think I noticed that. Shoto has gone to Argentina, former player of course. I think Boca Juniors player. Derby sacked Sherwood. And David Adams has been sacked by Sunderland. Don't know who David Adams is. Sherwood goes to Sunderland. Chris Hughton goes to Derby, which we know about. Ipswich took a while, a bit longer than real life, but he's been sacked by Ipswich. Brentford sack Dean Smith. Leeds sack Hickenbottom. Again, lasted longer than you'd expect. Pardew sacked West Brom. By West Brom even. Obviously didn't change the managers either there. Michael Appleton. Pellegrini goes to West Brom. Obviously not going to West Ham, which we've done earlier in the week. Burnley sacked Sean Dyche. Had a pub named after him. Was it this week or recently? Because he got him into Europe. The landlord in Burnley said he changed the name of his pub. And it's, what was it, the Royal Dyche or something like that. I'll try and pop up a picture if I can find it. I'll whack it in here. Future me editing, remember that. Mancini sacked by Southampton. Okay. Reading sacked Cudicini. Sorry if this bit isn't that interesting, but the video wasn't particularly great, was it? West Ham sack Allardyce. Maybe they didn't like the football he was playing. People hire him and then don't like the football he plays. But he does a job, doesn't he? We'll have a look at Wenger, because obviously did we see he's manager of France? And that was something I predicted in my original experiment video with the what will happen to Wenger. And my assumption was after he leaves Arsenal, he'll go to France after the World Cup as a bit more of a, not easy, but so he's there. Resigned as manager of Arsenal 2018. Good money for Asano there. So I'm just checking out some of the transfers and stuff he did. Signed Ducouré as well. So we could have done with him this year in real life. So he's gone to France. He lost in the third place playoff in the European International League. And then European Championships, got to the second round. And then won the second round. So why doesn't it show much more than that? It's still going, isn't it? That's why. So that'd be why. So yeah, so who went? So then obviously Enrique went to Arsenal, didn't he? I'm trying not to turn this into that. But he's done nothing. What's that? Third, sixth. Cristiano's still there as well. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap that video up there really, because I mean literally 2 minutes of it was talking about Lampard, the rest of it was looking at what else happened in the game. So we'll leave that there. We'll come back tomorrow when I think we're going to be looking at, unless I change my little mind and my schedule, in which case you've already seen the video, but the plan is for it to be the Real Madrid video tomorrow, taking a look at what's happening after Zidane leaves, what happens with him and who's going in. I've got 2 people I've checked that out on. So yeah, we'll wrap this up now. If you've enjoyed the video, what there was of it, please drop a like. While you're there, drop a sub to my channel. Any comments as well, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Take it easy.